Welcome back. Okay, so chapter 12 talks about how do we measure the performance of our company? From a strategic perspective, are we doing well? And we're going to start with what I think is one of those topics, when you read something and you say to yourself, God, that makes a whole lot of sense. Why didn't I come up with that? Well, balanced scorecard is one of those things. So the balanced scorecard starts from the vision. What's the strategy, long-term outlook for the company? What are the internal business processes that are going to be critical to providing value to customers? And that means value in terms of the customer finding value, not we say it's value. What customers do we want to serve? What's our market? Who are we trying to provide services and goods for? And finally, of course, as always, what are the financial goals? Under internal business processes, we've actually got two things here. The internal business processes. Have we improved key business processes so that we can deliver more value to customers? And when I was taking my MBA course, one of the things that was repeatedly stated was continuous process improvement. The idea was that you're constantly looking at the way you do things and improving on those. Because if you're not improving, you're falling behind the rest of the world. And what leads into improving those business processes is, are we maintaining our ability to change and improve? Are we teaching our employees? Are they learning more? Are they learning new ways to do things? Right? AI is becoming a huge topic now. Do our employees know how to implement AI? Do they know how to work with AI? Do customers recognize that we are delivering more value? Now, the classic example, I think I probably mentioned this before, was Coke. Years and years ago, Coke decided that the drink that they had been providing to customers for over 100 years wasn't good enough anymore. We need to change. So what did they do? They came up with New Coke. That's what they called it, New Coke. New Coke failed miserably. Why? Because the customers did not recognize that what Coke had done to its product was good, was beneficial to them. They saw no value in it, so they didn't buy it. As a matter of fact, they protested about it. So when a company comes up with something new, when they're delivering their services, they need to be cognizant of what's of value to the customer. And finally, obviously, financial. Has our financial performance improved? And this is what we've been looking at since Accounting 201, right? Looking at the financial performance, the historical financial performance. Have we improved? So the balanced scorecard management translates its strategy into performance measures that employees understand. So besides the financial, this is a company recognizing that there are other measures. Customer, learning and growth, what we've just looked at. Internal business processes. Are we improving the way we do things? And here are some performance measures. So let's take a look at a couple here. Let's look at skills. Percent of employees that strongly agree with the statement, quote, I am consistently given the resources that I need to do my job, unquote. That's something that employees complain about all the time. The company's not giving us what we need to do our jobs. Job satisfaction. Percent of employees that strongly agree with the statement, my contribution to the company is recognized and respected by my coworkers, and I would add, by my boss. Right? And this has been a topic that we have repeatedly looked at over the course of the semester. The fact that it's really important to employees to feel as if they're making a contribution and it's being recognized. Internal business process measures. Number of new products designed. So how many new products? Do we have any new products? I told you I worked for an engineering company. They were selling the same product since 1963. In 2009, that product was badly falling, and they had nothing else going on. There was nothing new being looked at. Percent of suppliers with long-term contracts. A long-term contract locks in a price. Is that really what we want to do? And then we look at time, the delivery cycle time, throughput time or manufacturing time. Customer measures. This is something that online websites are doing all the time. Remember the last time you went to a website and you didn't have to fill out a survey when you were done, right? They always ask for surveys because they want to get information about how well they're doing with their online presence. So customer acquisition and retention, customer defection rate. Companies are looking at how many people are not revisiting their website, not coming back to the store. That's an important number. I used to tell the Haagen-Dazs franchisees when I was training them that there are only so many one-time customers. Once you've gone through all your one-time customers in your neighborhood, you're done. You need repeat business. That's what this looks at, defection rate. Average revenue per order. Now, average revenue per order probably for a lot of companies has been going up. Why? Because of inflation. Inflation is increasing the cost of goods. Therefore, it's increasing the price to cover those increased costs. And of course, the financial measures that we've been looking at forever. So we've got cash flows. We've got the net profit margin percentage, right? The profit ratio. We're looking at sales from new customers. This is an important number for retail stores as well. The Balanced Scorecard framework rejects the notion that improving process-oriented measures automatically leads to financial success. You're measuring it. It doesn't automatically happen. Including a financial perspective serves the purpose of holding organizations accountable for translating improvements in non-financial. How else do you measure a non-financial item except for a financial result, the bottom line? Are we increasing our operating income? If favorable trends in a company's learning and growth, internal business processes, and customer measures do not translate to financial results, the Balanced Scorecard is designed to force the organization to re-examine its strategy, because you're always trying to differentiate yourself from the competition. 4 types of quality costs and using them to create a quality cost report. So costs incurred to prevent defects or that result from defects in products are known as quality costs. Many companies are working hard to reduce their quality costs. This kind of goes back to our discussion of purchasing and production management, right? If the purchasing department is buying inferior products, inferior materials, we're going to have increased defects. That costs money. When the overwhelming majority of products produced conform to design specifications and are free from defects, that's the quality of conformance. So, prevention costs. Support activities whose purpose is to reduce the number of defects. You can look at the automobile industry as one of the places where this is a huge problem, right? The return, this Tesla, a couple of months back, had a recall over 330,000 cars to fix the software. That is a huge cost. Appraisal costs incurred to identify defective products before the products are shipped. So we're looking at what is it better to identify those defects before the product goes out to the customer, or is it better to just wait until the customers return the products? internal and external failure. So internal failures are incurred as a result of identifying defects before they're shipped. So we're identifying the failure internally. Externally, obviously, is products being delivered back from customers. So what are those quality costs? Well, in prevention, we've got quality training, quality circles. In internal failure costs, we've got scrap, right? Spoilage. And then obviously, if you have to throw away a product and redo it, you have rework costs because it's taking twice as long to make the same thing. Appraisal costs, testing and inspection. Final product. This is all Q&A is what it's called in the business. External failure costs, cost of field servicing, and lost sales. If we go back here, way back, here. Customer defection rate. That's how we describe external failure, right? Customers defected. They get a bad product and they decide, I'm not buying from this company anymore. This is a quality cost report. So we're looking at year one. In year one, prevention cost was 1.3% of sales. Appraisal costs, that's internal, 2.4% of sales. Internal failure costs, so this is where we catch the products before they leave the factory, 4%. The big one, 10.3%. External failure cost. Talking about warranty repairs, this is like that Tesla thing I was just talking about. Imagine what it must cost to take 330,000 cars and fix them. Huge cost. What happened in year two? Did anything go down? Let's see, prevention went up. Appraisal went up. Internal failure cost went up. But what went down? External failure from 10.3 to 4. That's huge. That maintains the customers. The customer, the end result is that the customer gets a better product. Use of quality cost information. So helps managers see the financial significance of defects. Helps managers identify the relative importance of quality problems. Where are those problems coming from? And helps managers see whether their quality costs are poorly distributed. What are the limitations? Obviously, simply measuring and reporting doesn't solve the problem. Acting on those measures and reporting, that's what solves the problem. Results usually lag behind quality improvement programs, right? And the most important quality cost, lost sales, is omitted. So even though you may have the information, it's not telling you how many people aren't coming back again. All right, so now we're going to be looking at what's called throughput, or the manufacturing cycle, delivery cycle time, manufacturing cycle efficiency. So for throughput time, which is also called manufacturing cycle, we take the wait time. So order is received here. The production starts here. This is wasted time, right? Wait time. This piece, throughput time, process time, inspection time, move time, queue time. The only thing that adds value is this, process time. Delivery cycle time is the whole deal. Manufacturing cycle efficiency takes the process time, which adds value, and divides it by the manufacturing cycle time. That's the whole throughput. So, overall equipment effectiveness measures the productivity of a piece of equipment in terms of 3 dimensions: utilization, efficiency, quality. Utilization rate is calculated by taking the actual runtime and dividing it by the machine time availability, right? So that's an efficiency. How well am I using the machines that I have? Efficiency rate is actual runtime divided by ideal run rate. So we're setting a standard here. And then finally, the quality rate, defect-free output divided by total. So how many products are coming out defect-free? They're perfect, as opposed to the total number that we're putting out. All right, the 4 categories of a balanced scorecard are interrelated. Companies' employees need to continuously learn and grow in order to improve internal business processes. Improving business processes is necessary to improve customer satisfaction. Improved customer satisfaction, you sell more stuff, you make more money. So we have an example of Jaguar, the car here. Coming down to the bottom to learning and growth. Employee retention rate and average training hours per employee. If these are both positive, it leads to increased number of options available, because if the employees are more educated, they can add more options to the cars. Again, if they're more educated, average number of errors per vehicle goes down. And again, average training hours are up, average time to properly install the operation goes down. These are all good things. These are all changing the processes, the way the company functions, and they lead to satisfaction with the options available from customer surveys and an increased share of the car market for luxury cars, obviously because this is Jaguar, right? The increasing in average time to properly install an option goes down. The margin on each car goes up because people buy more options. And obviously, as the share percentage increases, residual income increases as well. In essence, the balanced scorecard lays out a theory of how the company can take concrete actions to attain its desired income. So what it does is the balanced scorecard gives the company a more complete picture of how to improve the bottom line. Jaguar's strategy seems plausible, but it should be regarded only as a theory. One of the advantages of the balanced scorecard is that it continually tests the theories underlying, right? You're always testing what your assumptions are. Incentive compensation should be linked to balanced scorecard performance measures. All of them, not just financial. Managers must be confident that the performance measures are reliable. Obviously, this goes back to the thing where if you're instituting something new, everybody's got to buy into the idea that it makes sense, that it's achievable. Corporate social responsibility, concept whereby organizations consider the needs of all stakeholders when making decisions beyond those that produce financial results to satisfy stockholders. Many of the world's largest companies prepare corporate social responsibility performance reports. Go out, look at your favorite company, and go to their web page, go to the home page, and then at the bottom, there will likely be an investor or a corporate page. And in that investor or corporate page will be the things that the company is doing to meet their social responsibility. Obviously, in this day and age, for instance, car companies are going to tell you all about the electric cars that they're coming out with, their commitment to green technology. The balanced scorecard provides a useful framework for organizing and managing the types of social and environmental performance measures that companies often include in their sustainability reports. Again, a green idea. And that is the end of chapter 12, ladies and gentlemen. Again, please, if you have any questions, I'm here for you. I do Zoom meetings, I do phone calls, I do text messages. So please take advantage of what I can offer you as we get towards the end of the semester. Have a great week.